Now, the people of America and our congressional leaders are stepping in as lawmakers continue to stall the negotiations around this huge issue. State officials are working together to create new ways for the low income to receive additional relief money. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell acknowledged this week that the Senate will miss the September deadline to complete its version of the $1 trillion Farm Bill reauthorization. McConnell, who serves on the Senate Agriculture Committee and the Senate Appropriations Committee, made the comments at an event this week. His remarks serve as the most high-profile acknowledgement to date that the must-pass bill will not pass by the end of the month when the current law expires. McConnell stated, "We will figure it out. Democrats are really not interested in rural America anymore, but somehow we'll put that together." The Farm Bill is a massive package that sets policy for agriculture, forest health, food aid programs, and conservation. The bill must be reauthorized every 5 years and is set to expire at the end of September, though Congress has the option of filing an extension. Even Agriculture Committee Chairwoman Debbie Stabenow has already stated at the Washington Examiner that the bill will not be ready by September, and now added at the time she was hopeful it would pass by December. She pointed that the Congress had missed the Farm Bill reauthorization deadline before. Now, not passing the bill by the end of the month is not surprising, even with the House and Senate working together to get this done. Congress faces the threat of a government shutdown and a broader dispute about defense spending levels, both of which are likely to dominate the leadership's attention. The federal government does run out of money on September 30th, and the House and Senate each only have 12 in-session days between now and then to find a resolution in order to prevent a shutdown from happening. Further complicating matters, House and Senate appropriators have spent months marking up government funding bills at different spending levels. Making matters more difficult for the Farm Bill are partisan disputes over provisions to the package that were agreed upon. As Kevin McCarthy and Joe Biden's deal to avert a debt default in May, the debt ceiling deal added a new work requirement to SNAP, which is funded through the Farm Bill. The moves were a win for Republicans and a win for Democrats. The deal included some exceptions for veterans, the homeless, the adults, and of course people in foster care. But during a government shutdown, people will still get their Social Security checks, but a shutdown does suspend the issuance of Social Security cards. Many are wondering about the looming government shutdown and economic recession, and it's a clear indication that inflation is still affecting millions of people and their finances. So the big question is, what will the federal government do about this? There are some states that have stepped in to provide additional relief to the residents. The state of Montana has recently introduced an initiative aimed at providing relief to residents burdened by high property tax payments. And even the governor announced the annual rebate program, which offers qualifying individuals the opportunity to receive a rebate check of up to $675. The initiative, known as the Tax Rebate to Montana Property, is part of an ongoing effort to address the issue of excessive property taxes in the state. Minnesota residents will also receive financial aid as part of the tax refund program. In 3 dependents, the payments will be made up at the end of the month, with priority given to those who have applied for direct deposit. The amounts vary depending on each household, and up to $1,300 can be claimed for stimulus cash. Here is a ton of news about the fourth stimulus payments, Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Continue watching this video because you don't want to miss out on this. The majority of Americans strongly support the federal government doing something for a fourth stimulus check, and there's 3 factors that we're going to go over in today's video. First of all, is whether Democrats and Republicans are going to find a way to get a bipartisan deal done on stimulus funds and for families. Republicans have not even been on board for another direct payment issue to most eligible adults, but a number of Republicans are in favor of expanding this child tax credit. And this has been a key priority for Democrats as well. Although there is a disagreement about how such a tax credit should be structured, it's possible from lawmakers both sides of the aisle that they will come together to find a compromise that will control Congress to split. So the Colorado senator has even asked one of the leading efforts in the Senate. He told CNN that Republican leaders decided to send a lump of coal to America's children last year, and we know that the most significant step Congress can take to help America's children is to support an expanded child tax credit. So when Congress took action on this in 2021, we cut child poverty in half in 2020. And so, as of right now, things will go back to the way they were before the American Rescue Plan, unless somebody does something for these stimulus payments. Because now the IRS said it recently finished correcting tax returns for 2020, which included overpayments for unemployment benefits that worked and received last year. And this means that it issued already 12 million tax refunds as a result. So the average tax refund is around $1,200, with the agency sitting on a total of $15 billion to taxpayers. So it may not seem like a lot, but it is. And so what we mean by this is that the average tax refund is around $1,200, everybody. $1,232. So with the agency sending a total of $15 billion back to taxpayers, well, the IRS has said that taxpayers were sent letters from the IRS to inform them about fixes to their 2020 tax filings. So now the tax review came about during the American Rescue Plan. Yes, during the American Rescue Plan, about 14 million tax returns were collected and corrected, but the IRS issued 12 million refunds for those filings. That added, individual married couples whose adjusted gross income was below 150 grand were also eligible to have some unemployment aid untaxed. And according to the IRS, taxpayers were eligible for the exclusion, and who haven't got a correction from the IRS may need to file an amended 2020 tax return to claim any refund. During his speech, McConnell said, "We all know inflation and the economy are the biggest problems facing Americans today. We are a big and a diverse country. 93% of Americans hardly ever agree on anything, but Democrats are unifying the country in unhappiness, at a dark path down which have taken our economy." McConnell once again blamed inflation on Congress, saying that last year, without a single Republican vote, the stimulus checks passed. McConnell warned that Biden is also hosting a press conference this week on nutrition and health, the first by the White House since 1969. So this conference will also highlight the need for access to better food, healthier food, and exercise. Over the years, cuts to federal programs, coupled with stigmas over welfare and big changes to how food was made, has also caused a decline in access to food. According to the FDA, around 10% of households in the United States have suffered from food insecurity, meaning they were certain they could not get enough food to feed themselves or their family because they lacked money. And under the White House plan, SNAP program eligibility will be expanded. Children will get better access to free meals, and summer benefits will be extended to more school children.
This is the gentleman from Connecticut. Seek recognition.
To rise and extend my remarks and to compliment you, Madam Speaker Bordeaux, on your service to this great nation of ours. I have very much enjoyed the privilege and honor of serving with you. I also wanted to rise and thank the clerk's office for all the work that you do day in and day out. Pardon?
Is the gentleman seeking to address the House for 1 minute?
Yes, I am. I seek to
objection, the gentleman is
revise and
recognized
extend
for
my
1 minute.
remarks and repeat again, Madam Speaker, how much I have enjoyed working with Speaker Bordeaux and for her service to her country.
I know many Americans have been anxiously waiting for Congress to approve new pieces of legislation that will boost the monthly benefit payments. Nearly 9 in 10 Americans ages 65 and older currently receive the Social Security benefits, and the program represents an important source of income for the vast majority of those beneficiaries. So for that reason, many seniors on Social Security are awaiting 2 important pieces of information. The first is the COLA for 2023, and the second is the Medicare Part B premium for 2023. The Social Security Administration implements a COLA each year to protect the buying power of benefits from inflation.